There's just something cool about the guy that's super chill about everything. He's calm, controlled, doesn't react in any strong way to anything. I get why so many guys lean in to that energy. You're in control, everything's measured, you're not fazed by anything. And it can feel quite powerful. But I'm going to say something and it might sound harsh, but nonchalance isn't a personality. The truth about that super chill vibe is that it's quite literally the opposite of a personality. A personality needs passion, enthusiasm, excitement. Nonchalance is essentially emotional detachment. And to be honest, I get quite sad when I hear a lot of young men just speaking in a monotone and pretending as if nothing bothers them and that everything's cool and yeah, man, whatever, I'm not fussed. It saddens me because I think there's so much more beneath that's being hidden. And I think the cult of cringe is partly to blame. Nowadays, people are so scared of being cringe that they don't allow themselves to express joy and passion and enthusiasm for life. And also, let's be honest, we've all experienced the result of being teased, of being mocked. So at some point, it became safer for us to just retreat. And I don't say this to judge if this is you or if this resonates with you. I say it because I think there's so much more than that vibe lets out. And I think it's holding you back in two really meaningful ways. The first is romantically. People, girls, want to be around people with a personality. They want to be around people that are fun, that gets them excited, that shows excitement, that shows up with enthusiasm for whatever it is, that's able to get enthusiastic about them. And this vibe of nonchalance, of, yeah, man, everything's cool, dampens that. It might seem attractive to begin with and a little bit mysterious, but it gets boring real quick. After a while, when you're with that person, it kind of saps your energy. So the first reason that I think it's important to start to maybe break free a little bit of this vibe of nonchalance is romantically to find a partner, you need to be more exciting, to share excitement and passion. The second reason, which is probably more important, but perhaps less sexy, is that this vibe of nonchalance keeps life at a distance. And you should be enjoying life, quite literally YOLO. So why are we not engaging as fully as we can in it? We want to be able to access the joy, the emotion, the passion, the excitement of everything that's on offer to us. Now let's unpack a little bit of where this might have come from. I talked about it at the start, the cult of cringe and the idea that we've probably all experienced teasing and taking the piss out of us for enjoying something. And I think that for a lot of us, it happens quite early on in our teenage years because we're all born with a personality, but somewhere along the way, something happens and it feels safer for us to start to hide it, to mask it. You might be able to bring to mind a memory of this yourself. For me, there's quite a few in my childhood. I used to love really geeky things, nerdy stuff, like Warhammer, fantasy books, all of that stuff. And quite early on, I realized that it's not cool when people took the piss, even though I loved doing it. So I thought, well, I need to grow up. And I treated that stuff as childish. You might have a similar example. Maybe it wasn't a passion or a hobby, but it could have been. Could have been singing, writing, dancing, whatever it might have been. Or maybe it was simply a moment in your life where you got really excited by something and someone around you started taking the piss because of how excited you got. So you thought it's just safer to retreat and hide that part of you. Now I know what I'm asking of you is quite a lot. If you've lived like this for a while, you're probably thinking, well, this is just me. You can't imagine any other way to be. You've lived like this for so long. But I want you to cast your mind back that example from earlier. Because I have no doubt in my mind that when you were younger, you joyfully expressed your personality. And at some point, we learn that it's safer for us not to. So how do we start to tap back into that? Not only for others, enabled to attract and be attractive, but for ourselves, to be able to enjoy everything that's on offer around us. The first really crucial thing is to find good friends. Friends where it's safe for you to express this kind of excitement. You want to surround yourself with hype men, people that are going to big you up, that are going to get as excited by things as you are. Now, it doesn't mean cutting out friends that aren't there, but just making sure you're spending your time with people that make you feel good, where when you get excited by something, they're also excited. And the second thing, romantically, is to find yourself a partner where when you do this, they appreciate it. Because there are many girls that aren't far on their journey, that aren't as mature, that do find this and will find this quite confronting. They're not able to let the joy in themselves, and when they see other people doing it, they might shut it down. They probably shut it down in a few ways, some of which you'll heard. They might say that's not what grown men should be doing, it's not manly. Whatever language they choose to use, I want you to know that that's absolute rubbish. It's nothing about you and what you're doing that is a reflection of them internally. So find yourself a partner and don't settle for someone that is going to dampen your joy and your experience. Because there are a lot more people out there, a lot more girls that want to be with someone with a personality that gets excited by things. So the first thing to try and do is to find those moments where it's okay for you to start to share and get excited by things. Now, I'm really curious for you, if you're up for sharing with me, when that moment was in your life, or if this resonates with you. I think we all have really personal experiences of where we started to just dial down our personality because we felt it was too much. It wasn't manly enough, or it's not how adults should behave. All right, appreciate you. Thank you for staying with me. And if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to the channel.